All right, testing here. Just seeing if this is showing up on my YouTube page first. Oh, there's like a delay. Oh, here we go. All right, guys. I just want to go over. I know someone had asked about the Ace of Clubs, and then I also looked at Kate Middleton's cards like a few minutes ago. So thought I would just share some info on that and the saga. So here you're looking at the Grand Solar Spread. This is the spread that we use for looking at our birth cards in this lifetime. And someone asked about the Ace of Clubs. So, just real quick overview. The Ace of Clubs, it is an ace, and anytime we have that ace energy, we have issues usually surrounding like confidence in their needs versus other people's needs. Um, it is an ace, so it is, symbology of one. So there's like self-expression and security that's kind of needed for them to play their card right in this lifetime. Their goals are really to initiate and complete. They're searching for who they are. They bring, like, especially with clubs, right? They bring out new information that never existed before. Uh, it's kind of like the Big Bang of knowledge. They bring out, um, it's like something that wasn't there, and they bring forth that knowledge and they complete it. Let me just mute this. So you have like they're like a seed that gets planted, and it brings forth new information. When you look at their karma, specifically the Ace of Clubs, you'll see in the same spot they have the Two of Hearts. So the Ace of Clubs and the Two of Hearts, they are two of these semi-fixed cards, meaning every year they switch spots in the spread. So you always are going to have either the Ace of Clubs karma or the Two of Hearts karma for your year. And that too is really focused on compromise and sharing and cooperation. And that's a big issue for a lot of aces is they struggle with not thinking about themselves. Like when they think or when they feel, it's going to say I feel, I think. When you meet someone that's a two, a lot of times they're going to think in terms of the partnership. We feel, we think, and how they can add to it. And the twos have their own problems where they could be codependent or they could be too independent in the relationship. There's too much space in between the pips here. But for the most part, that's the challenge. Like one of the life karmic challenges for the Ace of Clubs is, how can I take a more cooperative approach with people, especially in terms of like the search for knowledge. They could be a little impatient and quick tempered. They are in the Mercury row and they're in the Venus column. So, you get that Mercury effect of things needing to be quick minds, sharp, a little impatient at times. And, the two is going to be a challenge for them in that sense. So, this is the new information card. They bring forth new intelligence and knowledge, but at the end of the day, for this card, they are searching for this Two of Hearts right here. So this Two of Hearts is their Pluto card. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. I'm sorry, it's not their Pluto card. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Since it's their karma card, they're kind of like searching for that ideal love partnership, and I'll go through like these sections with you. They might be scattered, they might be a little mentally restless, but their big focus is Like a lot of times, if you're an ace of clubs, you should also consider yourself a two of hearts because of that two of hearts karma. And your goal is really to find like the ideal love in this life. And you'll date and go through partners, but you're really not taking any of that seriously until you meet your ideal lover. And that's what two of hearts is. It's meeting the ideal lover, the ideal partner. The two of hearts is the lover's card. So let's go through the two of hearts a little bit. It's like it's heart synergy. So it's two hearts that are working together in a synergy. Not too far, not too close. Just zoom in for you here. They could be codependent in relationships or too independent. And what they're really here to do is like bring forth love connections between people. So when you look at the cards, like each card's energy gives you that purpose. The Ace of Clubs is here to provide new information, new knowledge. And how do you do that? A lot of times you're going to look at the personality card. We could look at it through your karma card too, and you're going to do that through connecting people. You might do that in one-on-one work where you're connecting through the heart. And for a club, that would be difficult to be so mind-driven and then have to like connect using your feelings and your emotions and being sweet. It's like the sweetheart card too, and really thinking about relationships. So, the Ace of Clubs, the ones that I've done readings for and personally know are really, really driven individuals, like a lot of aces are. They're super passionate. They generally have a focus on making money and making a lot of it. Mercury card is going to give them, kind of like that quick-tempered, fast mind, Queen of Clubs. Ten of Spades and Venus, they could be really successful with work with females since it's in Venus, and like working from the home probably. The ones I know like run their own practices, and they are females, and they do work for females, the majority of females. The Five of Clubs and Mars is gonna give them a passion for expanding, outside of the box of security. So thinking outside of the box, doing things differently, making changes. Like I think like changes in the industry that they're working in, like new revolutionary stuff that is like a new treasure basically. So that's one way to like look at your work as well. If it's if you're running your own practice, these people are passionate about and really good at thinking outside of the box and expanding our knowledge base from the four. Their Jupiter, they're gonna probably be really good at working two jobs and making money that way, or just lining up like what they really want to do to make money in one direction. Trust your gut instincts if you're a Jupiter baby. Not a Jupiter baby. If you have 3 of Diamonds in Jupiter, trust that it's going to lead you to making good decisions to make money and also just like personally grow and develop yourself. Jupiter is all about personal expansion and growth, and you do that from trusting your instincts and following that one direction like it's a compass. Now their Saturn card talks. Saturn card is the Pluto card of the deck. It's the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is all about the esoteric sciences, transformation, and this would be a challenge for them. If you meet Ace of Spades people, it's going to be a challenge for you too. They're going to be your teacher in life. They're going to know your mistakes. They're going to correct you. They won't even know they're doing it. But for me, really what this means is the Ace of Clubs needs to do that inner work, the meditation, the deep transformation, go through the feelings of what they're having difficulty with, and search within to have a transformation in a way. It also would tell them that maybe they're afraid of studying, not afraid, but that they stay away from like studying esoteric information or that spiritual knowledge, secret knowledge, and it would be good for them to get into that. When you have the two sevens here, you're going to have abandonment issues with the Seven of Hearts in relationships that are surprising to you since they are in Uranus. And it's very disappointing, so there may be some element of fear of abandonment in relationships. And then the Seven of Diamonds in Neptune, you could see them dreaming about making millions, but it tells us that they need to overcome that fear of attachment to money. Since it's in Neptune, it would represent their hopes and fears and what they dream about. And this would talk about, trusting in the fact that there's enough money and things to go around for everyone, and that it's going to be okay. And really the real magic with the Seven of Diamonds is understanding that there's enough and not being attached to the outcome of having to make all this money, and then it just like flows for you. So that's the Ace of Clubs, really. The big thing for them is they're semi-fixed, so they're going to be a little fixed in their ideas about things. They're going to be really fixed in their ideal about the perfect love, the perfect relationship. And that's like really one of their lifelong goals, is looking at that Two of Hearts and finding their ideal lover. And they're not going to really stop until they find that. All right, I wanted to throw up her cards here. Here we go. All right, so Kate Middleton. Supposedly she hasn't been seen since December in public. Someone said December 16th. And at first, I thought this was a good exercise. At first, when I started looking at her cards, I looked at this year. So you're looking. She's a Five of Spades, a King of Hearts, and a Nine of Clubs decadent ruler. Five of Spades, good at traveling, change. King of Hearts, ruling the kingdom with your emotions, high IQ, EQ, leading people through love, that type of thing. Nine of Clubs could be super depressive. It's a universal card of knowledge where they have to just give their knowledge freely without expectation that anything will come back to them. So, I'm looking at her regular spread. She's in her Venus period right now, starting 3-2, Venus representing the home. She has a Seven of Spades here with an Ace of Spades underlying it. The Seven of Spades is health issues card, health karma card, accident card of the deck. And when it's tied to the Ace of Spades, it would like paint a more negative picture. Like there could be an accident leading to a death. The Ace of Spades is the traditional death card. It's also the card of transformation, which is death and rebirth of a lifestyle, let's say. You don't necessarily have to die, but, the death of a physical body could be transformed into a different energy, let's say. But, so you have the Seven of Spades, which is an accident card tied with the Ace of Spades. If you look at her Pluto for the year, her Pluto card is a Pluto card of the deck. So you have the Ace of Spades again here, which is deep transformation, death and rebirth, which would take up her time for the year in terms of like what she might be focused on. And I want you to look here too. She has a Nine of Spades underlying that. So the Nine of Spades is the ending of a lifestyle. The Nine of Spades is... There's death a lot of times with the Nine of Spades. There is letting go, having to let go of outdated lifestyles. So you have this traditional death card with a Nine of Spades, which is the end of a lifestyle, the end of a way of doing things, end of a job, end of way of health for you, the way you may be currently experiencing it. So she has that. So those are like not the greatest cards. And then she has Six of Spades, which is... Six is karma, Spades is health, and you have it in Saturn, which is also a 6. So you have this double dosage of, really a triple dosage of health karma, because Saturn rules your health anyway. So she has that six of spades. She has an eight of spades underneath it, which is okay. I mean, eights are all about overcoming, and you know, getting over difficult things. So just right there, like those health cards, that's something I would definitely, if I was just looking at that spread any time of the year, I'd be looking at this spot. I don't like when seven of spades pop up. It is my karma card too, so maybe there's some bias there. The seven of spades a lot of times will teach us that we need to slow down and we need to not take care of our health basically. So stop what we're doing, slow down, so that we can regain our health. So that's her planetary ruling card and her birth card. When we look at her decadent ruling card, there's another seven of spades here in Saturn with an ace of spades underlying it. Bad, just not what you'd want to see in Saturn. Now, to be fair, it is a vertical card, so it's not going to have as much influence as this primary two of spades. But I'll point out the two of spades has a six of spades as its lifetime karma, so it's fine that it's there. It's a two, it's an even number, it's not that bad, but something to take note of. But again, you have accident, and Saturn rules your health for the year, so it doesn't just have to be starting in August. So you have health accident or some type of accident, ace of spades underneath it. Not wonderful, Let's see. So I did this initially. I looked at her cards for this year, but then I realized she hasn't been seen supposedly since like December, maybe since Christmas. So I went back to that time period. And what you'll notice is she has a nine of spades in Pluto. So again, like some part of her physical life or lifestyle will come to an end. I'm going to talk about the 7 and 9 real quick after, but she has a 9 of spades here. The result is an 8 of spades, so that's usually pretty good. And then if we look at the planetary, you could see that she had an ace of spades starting in Neptune, 11/17. That went until her next birthday in 2024, 1/9. So ace of spades with a six of spades with a nine of spades. Actually, I think I'm just seeing that for the first time. That is pretty bad. It's in Neptune, so it could definitely be like a hopes and fear thing, but it also means like secret health issues, secret journeys, secret death maybe, this is the card of secrets. It's the card of esoteric sciences. And when you have the six of spades, which is health karma, and the nine, this is, by the way, the six of spades, nine of spades is the deadliest combination for like physical life in this spread, in the cards. She also has it right here too, so with the six. So a lot of health stuff going on here. And I usually don't care about this stuff, but when everyone starts, I usually don't care about like anything like celebrities or anything like that, but they're really interesting to like read their cards and see if you can find out any more information and make some predictions. So she has that stuff going on with the ace of spades, six of spades, nine of spades. Now if you go to her 7-year spread, these long-range cards, seven of spades, nine of spades, what I initially found was I went to her 7-year spread, and she was ending a 7-year cycle. Starting with this birthday in 2024, she was beginning a new cycle. So last year on 1/9/2023, she was beginning a new, ending her cycle, Neptune period. So she had a 7 of spades. In Neptune, that's concealed trouble, that's concealed accident, concealed health issues. 9 of spades. Again, it's basically the same thing. 9 is endings, and it's in Neptune, so it's probably a secret or concealed. And then she had a 9 of diamonds with a jack of spades in her decadent ruling spread. So the 9 of diamonds. Hey, Miss J, I just saw you. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm just going to finish this up real quick. I did go through the Ace of Clubs. If you just joined, you could definitely watch it, but I could also say it again. Yeah, so 9 of diamonds with the jack of spades and Neptune. First of all, so 9 of diamonds could be like, another ending. Diamonds represent the physical body. They represent a loss of money or giving away your money. And with the jack of spades, it's like a lot of deception going on. So you're already in Neptune that has a lot of deception, and then you have the jack of spades, which is the thief card on the deck. So, taking into context for other cards, it seems like there's a lot of like secret or concealed trouble, and who even knows if she knew about it with the jack of spades. It's usually jack of spades is the one like robbing you or misplacing items for you. It's like it's a card where you have to really be aware, and you shouldn't make decisions with this influence. Just save it for the next period. So not great. And then I wanted to show you. So she has a 7 of spades, 9 of diamonds. Her planetary ruling card for the 7-year period is 9 of spades. Your 7-year card is your long range for the year. So when we go back to her yearly, 7 of spades is her long range, 9 of spades, and we go to her decadent ruling card, 9 of diamonds. So what does that really mean? It means it's going to be like a major focus for you for the whole year. So starting last year on her birthday, 1/9/2023, this health accident, health issues karma was going to be a focal point for the year. The 9 of diamonds, some type of her lifestyle or belongings coming to an ending, that's going to be a focus. And then 9 of spades, again, another ending, letting go of lifestyle. It's not good or bad. It's like one of your goals for the year to work on. So whenever you get your long range cards for the year, it's just going to be kind of persistent with you for the year. And if you didn't have any health issues, and you look at this in hindsight, you might say 7 of spades means I need to adjust the way my lifestyle is. Maybe I start a new routine. Maybe I slow down my work schedule. Do something to preserve my health. The 9 of spades would ask me, what do I have to let go of to open doors for a new way of living, a new way of, a new way of working, a new job. So there's always a letting go. Like the 9 could mean also I get fired from my job, or I leave my job, or I end something in the physical capacity. So yeah, that's, I think when I looked at Kate's cards for 2024 and then I went back to 2023, there's a lot of signs that could say maybe something happened, starting her Neptune period of 2023 with this influence. The Ace of Spades, 6 of Spades, 9 of Spades, again, the deadliest combination. Not great. It's here in Saturn, here in Uranus as well, which would be a surprise, and tied to 6 of Spades, health karma. So there's a lot going on here with her health, and it'll be interesting to see what they come out with when they do announce. I know they keep pushing it back. You guys have any questions? You have any questions, Miss J? I'm just going to keep looking at her spread for a minute here. When you have a 5 as a karma card, a lot of times it could mean that you have a major change coming up this year. Now, since it's clubs, it's usually more your mindset or like a philosophy on life or a way of thinking. So I wouldn't necessarily think it's lifestyle or physical. There's that ace of spades there too, though. Those are just tough. But really, the spread that should be looked at, if something did happen during her surgery or right after Christmas, it would have happened. Whoops. It would have happened in this period. All right, let me know if you have any questions. I'll stay on for a little bit more. Five of Spades, and Pluto. Five of Spades and Pluto in general. The five is all about, like, any person that has five energy is gonna be really restless and want change. The Five of Spades is like the Wanderer card. They're always seeking something deeper. Like the Five of Clubs are thinking of like new information, but it seems like the Five of Spades, it could be consciousness, it could be like letting go of their ego into a higher spiritual way of living. In Pluto, it's going to be a big challenge for you, that Five of Spades. So like fives are the explorers, and they're here to be open-minded and not play it safe. And when in Pluto, it's going to require you to like really work on that and work on accessing the high side of the card. And there's inner work there that it seems like hard to tell you how to do that inner work, whether you have to like sit there and meditate on it or just go for it and just take, like if you think of explorers, they don't really have a plan sometimes. They're just exploring because they want to get the experience. And that's what fives are all about, is like getting the experiences and not really caring about stability. So if you have like a high need for stability, that Five of Spades would definitely be a challenge for you, and it tells you to like jump outside of your security zone for a little bit, live a different lifestyle, add to your lifestyle or your job or your spirituality. How does it go with the Jack of Hearts? Let me see. How did this, like in a relationship? Oh, with the Jack of... Hold on, let me just look at the spread. Well, like, if you are a Five of Spades, then the Jack of Hearts is going to be your Mercury card. So the Jack of Hearts is going to be kind of frame the way you think. And the Jack of Hearts, they're here for a couple reasons. They're here to initiate and, like, generate love for others. So for someone that has that as their Mercury card, maybe you share your love like through writing, through speaking, podcasting, or just talking in general. So they're these self-reliant generators that can just like generate tons of love, but they also end up doing things they normally wouldn't do, like sacrificing for the family. So the Jack of Hearts is a sacrifice card in a lot of ways, and they do it for the family, for the ones they love, things that they would never do for anyone else. So yeah, that's like, if you're a Five of Spades, that's going to be your Mercury card, and that's going to kind of frame the way you think about things. Jacks, Jacks are 11, so they're 1 and 1. So a lot of times they can have this like double life in a way, or like not have the best boundaries. So that's something to think about. they have blind spots, so that's something for them to also think about. Like they have, if you look at the face card here, there's only one eye. So they come with a lot of blind spots, and that's something for them to kind of be aware of and work on. This is it's called the Jesus Christ card of the deck. It kind of forms this cross this way, and the Mother Mary card is right here. So if you're into religion, it kind of like shows you how much this card could sacrifice at times or think about sacrificing. I think it's called the reward if it's after Pluto. Yeah, it is the reward card if it's... So like if the Five of Spades is your Pluto and the Jack of Hearts is the result, that's a different combination. So I mean, it's still like kind of the same, but the Five of Spades and Pluto forcing you to really work on stepping outside of the box, being more like an explorer, not being so rooted in security, expanding your lifestyle or your work or your health and fitness in some way, or your spirituality, leading to you being able to be like super creative and give love to people. Like that's what that card is kind of here to do. And through that, it's a very spiritual love. Like any of the jacks are really, really spiritual. So, there's like a lot of ways that you could look at that too. Let me see. You also when you do work on your Pluto, you get the benefits of the Jack of Hearts. So a lot of times jacks are really immature, so you end up getting a mature, spiritual, unattached outlook on love or relationship matters or family matters. The Jack is, it's they're 11, right? And so it's two aces, so they have this ace energy as well. But then when you add up 1 and 1, you get the perfect partner. So, they also make really good partners once they do kind of grow into being the more mature Jack. But a lot of times the Jacks are here to make sacrifices. So it's kind of funny, the Five of Spades would not think a lot of times that this Five of Spades, being so freedom oriented, would want to have to sacrifice really anything, but they end up sacrificing for love, and it puts them into a higher spiritual pain. I don't know if that explains it a little bit better. Let's see what else I can give to you on the Jack of Hearts. The thing about the Jack of Hearts, too, is they are their own karma. So it's a very fixed card. They're in the same spot on the spread, and they don't move. So that's something to be weird, just to recognize, is that Jack of Hearts and this King of Spades are both very fixed, very willful people, and they are here to generate love for others and sacrifice for others. It's just a sacrifice card. There's a couple of the female Jack of Hearts. Well, it's probably not your birth card, but Jack of Hearts like to pick especially the females, for whatever reason, uh, they pick partners that like they feel superior to, so that they can save those people. So like that would be another form of sacrifice for them. Is like, oh, I'm gonna meet this person and I have to save them and help them. So, that would be them like playing the low side of the Jack of Hearts versus the spiritual side, where you're just kind of there to generate love for these people, support them with your love, help them out, not for your own ego, for actually helping. What's your full birth date? You want me to look at your spread? Yeah, the Ace of Clubs I know are uh, really dedicated, mostly to their job and to making money, but they're like really passionate about it and really driven individuals. Good people. And like they do groundbreaking stuff. They bring out new technology and industry that they're in. I'm glad that that helped a little bit. But yeah, if you want to, I'll look at your spread, just to see, if you wanted. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this off real quick. 825.80. All right. 825.80. So, Ace of Clubs, Queen of Clubs. Yeah, you just made it. Queen of Clubs are Queen of Clubs are great. There seem to be a lot of them, so there's like really good examples. Let me just take a look here. So I'm not sure if you've read anything about the Queen of Clubs, but like anytime you have a queen, you're it's very service oriented. So they're here to lead by example with their knowledge. They're here to um, use their intuition and to serve like in a more spiritual way. And if you look at the spread about the past life spread, Queen of Clubs is right in the middle. So it's a Jupiter card of the spiritual world. They really excel perfectly. I mean, they're like the most blessed card in the spiritual spread. So I think the challenge a lot of Queen of Clubs are going to have in this life is that they're so mental and they're so perfectionistic that sometimes they don't allow themselves to access their psychic intuition. And these people, they're supposed to be really psychic, where they can like talk to the universe or talk to the gods, whatever it is. So that's definitely something like to tap into and to trust. Like if you receive downloads or messages, to like follow that, because the Queen of Clubs has that ability, and she's the most blessed card in the spiritual deck, of course. But queens are all about that like spiritual service. The kings really excel in this mundane world with the physical stuff, but the queens, they have the leadership and the authority in the past life spread. So let's see. Just gonna go through this real quick. You're currently in your Jupiter period. Let's see, yearly. Jupiter period until you're pretty much coming up to Saturn. All right, so your Saturn rules your health. Saturn rules your karma for the year. You have an Ace of Spades with a Six of Clubs. Ace of Spades is a great card to have in Saturn. It pretty much gets rid of any of the problems that you may have. It helps you overcome any difficulties. So Saturn doesn't mean you can't be successful in anything. It just means you have to work harder. Saturn teaches us our lessons for the year. When I look at the Six of Clubs, I would just think, watch your words. Like, make sure you're telling the truth, or if you haven't told the truth, that might come back to you because it's karma of words. So you have a 6 in a Saturn, which is like a double Saturn effect. So maybe just look out for that. But the 8 pretty much promises you'll overcome any difficulty with that. You have the 6 of Spades in Saturn. So if you watched, I don't know when you jumped on the video, but I pretty much talked about how this is like a triple karmic influence. So 6 of Spades is a health karma card. It basically means whatever you put in is going to come back to you. So if you exercise really well, you're going to receive those benefits. If you treat your body like crap, you're going to receive that as well. And being in Saturn, that would be the time that you're going to start to feel it. We also get like more sick during Saturn. We're not at our most powerful during this time, but you do have a King of Clubs underlying it. So the King cards generally help you overcome any of those challenges. I mean, you know, Kings are, they're the king of the spread for a reason, and it's a great card to have to help you overcome anything. You have an Ace of Diamonds there. This would represent like difficulty in starting a new business perhaps, or a new job during this time. But it can be done. It's just going to be harder work. Let's see. So currently in your Jupiter period, 5 of Hearts with a Queen of Diamonds. 5 of Hearts could mean a lot of things. You can mean, you know, in your Jupiter you receive all your benefits, like all the good things of the cards. So none of the cards are really negative in Jupiter. Like, you receive the high side. So like generally the 5 of Hearts could mean a divorce, but it could also mean a change in relationship that benefits you, and it could benefit you financially because it is in Jupiter. Or it could just mean that like you're exploring new things that you like to do, or trying new things, or you're dating, you know, like I'm not sure what your relationship status is, but the 5 of Hearts just means like I'm not playing it safe, and that's a benefit to me, and I'm exploring like new ways of love. Queen of Diamonds, if you own a business, really good card in Jupiter. You know, so she's there to, as long as you're the owner, you know, or you have a lot of control, this is a great influence to have for making money in this period. The 7 of Hearts and 7 of Spades, like usually this would be really difficult, but in Jupiter you should experience the high side, like a happy heart, really positive, having faith in your relationships or family, or in things that you love to do. It's with the 2 of Clubs, so it could be with a partnership. And the 7 of Spades is also a card of faith when it's in Jupiter. You know, like there might be, generally this would be like a accident or illness card, but in this case it could be you like being more spiritual, not having attachment to a certain way of living or a certain lifestyle. It could just also mean that you like have delved into a more spiritual approach in life. So it's a good influence in Jupiter. You pretty much avoid all the negative issues. I don't know how your Mars period was. Looks like you had some change around then. Possible. 3 of Clubs is tough in Mars. Lots of indecision or worry. When we have the 3 of Clubs, these people go back and forth between 2 things. The Ace of Spades in Mars, it's like having like Pluto in Mars, and it could just be too much sometimes, but you did have the King of Hearts underneath there, so hopefully it wasn't too bad. Let's just look at the end of the year here. So you have the 8 of Diamonds long range. You know, that's 8s are super powerful cards, so it pretty much means you should have a lot of financial power this year. It means you could be spending a lot of money this year, but also having a lot of money coming in. Jack of Clubs is going to give you really good creativity for the year. These people are great at like arguing both sides of a issue or topic. Very creative influence. You have 2 8s in Uranus this year. That's great. That could be unexpected money or surprise money. You have a 6 and a 10. So if you're in real estate or looking to buy or sell, these are very good cards. Uranus rules your real estate. It also rules like new technology, advanced technology, like people in IT or even some spiritual work. Like I think of Uranus like as, Aquarius, and Aquarius is like the new age, and so you have to think of like that high tech. I think of the cards as new technology. It's ancient, but it's all this like technology hidden in plain sight on playing cards. And then Neptune 8 and 10s, like 10 of clubs, work success. I'm happy to hear that that's the reading is good. I'm glad, but yeah, Neptune 8 of clubs. Just success with your mind, like a ton of mind power, so this would probably really be good like if you're traveling or if you do work abroad, or even if you do remote work, like great mind power to get anything done that you want, accomplish anything. 10 of clubs, success in work. If it's a business that's like across water, because Neptune rules water, really good cards. So let's see. Queen of Hearts with the Jack of Spades. Just looking at your underlying cards here. There's something, so Pluto, you have a 10 of Hearts this year in Pluto, which, would talk, it could always mean a few things, right? But like the 10 of Hearts card in general, this is like the actor card, or like a lot of performers are this card, because underneath it they have the Jack of Clubs as their karma. So a lot of times with the 10 of Hearts, they're right in the middle of like everything, and they're too social sometimes. So, one approach might be like, oh, I'm going to try to make sure I reserve space for myself and not be too social and not overdo it. Tens overdo it socially, whether they drink too much, eat too much, don't sleep enough. And, if you made changes in something like, I don't know, not going out that much, you would see the end of that lifestyle. That's what a 9 is. It's like letting go of whatever you worked on in your Pluto for this year. On the opposite side, if you're not being social enough, and it could be tied to making money or being at least, because the 4 of Diamonds is like protection financially. If you're not being social enough and you're not getting out there, you might have to work on being more social and getting out there. And that would also be ending a previous way of work. 9 of Spades are work. I mean, Spades is work or lifestyle. So it's in context to you, but that's like 2 interpretations of what that can mean. This is the performer card, so perhaps you have to step into that performer role, or perhaps you have to give yourself space and not overdo it. 10s, they're 2 5s, so you can see the 2 5s right here. They're 2 X's, so they double cross themselves because they don't leave space, and the 10 of Hearts they can't say no sometimes. So that's something that you're going to start to feel the effects of as you get into your Saturn period, especially your Uranus period. Let's see, the Queen of Hearts. So when it's in Pluto, the Queen of Hearts is going to talk about like either challenges with motherhood or challenges, it could be challenges with being a mother or relationships in general or sex. This could be in regards to like a younger man, or even the guy partner could be like Jack of Spades. I have to step out, I guess. I don't like being around people. Yeah, well, you are an ace. All the aces are really good at being by themselves. But you're also a queen of clubs, so like queen of clubs is represented by 12, the number 12, and they're like they lead by example without having to say much, but you know, the queen fulfills her mission kind of by sharing her knowledge and teaching. Queens are great. Queen of clubs are great teachers, great communicators, writers. They can write books. They can do anything with education. So yeah, I mean, I get it with the ace energy. A lot of times, that's their gift is that they're so good at being alone. Let's see. Uh, the Queen of Hearts also can mean that your like marriage status changes or your relationship status changes this year. It could be with a younger man or a younger partner. If you're in a relationship already, it could have served as like a challenging year for you with that. Um, Trying to think what else. There's so much in Pluto that it could be. You know, like if you're a mother, it's going to be challenges with motherhood or like you having to change something with how you're doing it currently. You know, so Queen of Hearts, they lead through their heart. They lead by example with their emotions. They try not to be too proud. They try not to be too lazy. And what that can do for you is, I mean, the Jack of Spades is super creative. They're like a spiritual initiate card too. So dealing with your emotions or whatever may be happy with that Queen of Hearts can give you a higher form of wisdom or consciousness, or creativity, like even like writing, you know, and like sharing spiritual knowledge. So there's like a few things that kind of go on with that, and having context always makes it a little bit easier. But overall, like powerful, good cards for your result. And then if I look, next year you have a 5 of diamonds as a long range. Oh, next year you have a 10 of diamonds displacement. This is called the most blessed year, okay? So when you're in this 10 of diamonds, most blessed year, every day write down what you want. Every day, whether you say affirmations or make one of those picture boards that people make. Like if you want something, just write it down every day and manifest it for yourself, because this 10 of diamonds displacement, let me show you on the spread. I'm just going to show you here. 10 of diamonds is right in the middle of the spread, okay? It's the most blessed position. It's a Jupiter spot. You get what you want during this year, and they only come a couple times in your lifetime. So this is a big year for your Queen of Clubs especially, okay? Just looking at the rest of your spread. 10 of clubs, success of work. I don't know. And the 10 of diamonds generally means like a big dump of like a lump sum of money, So, and you have 8 of diamonds result next year. That's infinite money. That's letting money flow like a figure 8. 10 of hearts with the Jack of hearts. That's good. Spiritual love. Success of work in Jupiter. 3 of diamonds, maybe 2 jobs in your Jupiter period, or 2 ways of making money, or just lining up one direction and going with it. Tied to a Queen of Spades, your internal mastery. So basically being your own master and like mastering yourself and your discipline and your work. And it's going to lead to those 3 diamonds doing really good things for you. Yeah, no, there's a couple of years where you really look out for, and the 10 of diamonds would be one. 8 of hearts, I'm not sure if you're single, but that's usually a year where you are very social, but you also have really good sway over the public. So if you're selling stuff, or if you're a public voice or a teacher or a podcaster, whatever, you have charm socially. You can get anyone you want, and you could usually sell anything you want. Not like the Jack of Diamonds, but like you just have charm power over people, and people buy, like, they're buying a product, but they're really more buying into you and your energy around it. So yeah, that's definitely what I'd like to start thinking about that stuff now, because I mean, August is coming up soon enough, you know. And if you're thinking, I'm not sure what you're like, how you make money or how you get money you need to live, but if there's things you can offer that are like expensive, I would just throw it out there so that that can come to you. You know, I'm not sure what you do, but just another idea. Five of Diamonds, some type of change. Usually that's like people make money with Five of Diamonds by traveling or selling their products, or teaching and just changing like the location that they're in. It means money changing hands, so it usually has to do with travel. You have a Three of Hearts environment next year. That usually means you're experiencing new relationships, or trying out new ways of love, or just experiencing, new people usually. Eight of Hearts also is a lot of sex. Four of Hearts and Mars, satisfied heart. That's good. You have Four of Hearts and Venus too. That's usually like a marriage card or a family card. Like in Venus, it's all good. Jupiter, it's all good. Jupiter and Venus are very closely connected astrologically. You sell items on Amazon. Oh, yeah. So then I would definitely find something that's like kind of ridiculously expensive, maybe, that you could sell. I don't know if you could do that, but give yourself a chance to have like huge offerings, even if it's just like one item, because 10 of Diamonds is like a lump sum of money, like if you sold an airplane or something, you know, like it's a huge lump sum. Nice. That's awesome. I like both those areas. But that's cool that you do that. Well, as an Ace of Clubs, you can definitely do that. Let's see. This is your life spread. That makes sense. Like, you have a lot of 5 energy. And 5 is like the explorer. I don't know if you're finding like new items and stuff. You're currently in your life Jupiter period here. So Jupiter is all about business and expansion. So like with your Three of Diamonds, just try to like trust your gut instincts and like feel what your stomach is telling you. If it was Three of Hearts, I would say your heart, but the Diamonds is a physical body. So if you have like a hunch of how you're going to make money, especially at home, this is the home card of the deck, the Four of Spades. So making money from home, working 2 jobs at home, financially really beneficial for you in Jupiter. If you have an Ace of Spades as your lifetime Jupiter too, maybe you sell like spiritual stuff, or I might look into that, because this is the esoteric sciences right here, that card. And the Three of Clubs is super creative. They can be indecisive at times, but you want to their great abilities that they can download messages like an antenna too, kind of like the Queen of Clubs. I think the Queen of Clubs is more psychic, but the Three of Clubs will just get like a message, and whatever that is, you go with it. But those two kind of mix anyway, because Ace of Spades is all about the secret, world around us, and being in the card sciences, astrology, that type of thing. Three of Clubs is the writer's card too. I don't know if you have books that you can sell or something, but they're supposed to write. But you have that till 2032, so definitely use this Jupiter period and just go for it. Your 7 year spread, you're in a Mars period. Mars is good. Mars is, passion for making money, new ways of making money. Make sure you don't overspend too much. The 9 kind of warns against that you could like have an energy of overspending a little bit. But you have that 8 of Hearts and the 5 of Diamonds there, so that's good. So yeah, like social charm, like advertising, getting in front of the camera, doing stuff. People are gonna they're gonna look at you and see the charm power that you have. Yeah, maybe it is then. I mean, you're a Queen of Clubs, so you're a teacher, and usually you guys speak very, very in great detail. Like you don't miss anything, and you teach it, and you could probably even just like separate those courses into YouTube, like or like video vignettes, and then like record it once and then sell it to so sell it whenever someone buys it, and then you don't have to do anything around it. I'd imagine it's like kind of the same process. Or open up coaching, like the Queen of Clubs are really good at being liaisons and coaching people to help them like get I've known a lot that are like in compliance that help departments get in compliance with rules and regulations because they're so good at the details. So you're in your 7 year Mars period, and the next year you'll be in your Jupiter period in 2025 with the King of Spades. So King of Spades, most powerful card in the deck. You can do anything you want that year. Anything. They get whatever they want. Like the 10 of Diamonds is like make your wish and write it down and stuff, but the King of Spades like will not be told no. They're very willful. And when you have a 9 of Diamonds in Jupiter, it means that you climb up the ladder of financial success. So you get the good side of that. Like many presidents are 9 of Diamonds, right? So they reach all the way to the top. So yeah, that's what I would look at. Like look at your next year. Look at that 10 of Diamonds starting in 2024. That's what I'm focused on today. You're in Jupiter, which is great. You have fine cards for the rest of the year. I don't think anything that's like gonna make rapid change currently, but that 10 of Diamonds next year is awesome. So yeah, if you don't have anything else, I'm probably gonna head out of here. But like if you like, visit my Substack. I write about the cards. It's pretty much free. And then if you want, you could also schedule a reading sometime if you like. Or I also sell reports about your upcoming year, or like when your good money years are. Because you could see like your planetary periods are changing every year. So if you want any of that stuff, just go to my website, which is cardpsychology.com. There's a bunch of stuff there. So yeah, I hope this helped. I'm glad I finally caught you. Oh, Substack is just like a blog. Let me just put it. I'm just gonna put it in here. Hold on. Does that open up to... I think it should. Oh, here. This one's probably easier. Yeah, I just write about the cards, and like it's a little bit easier for me to write during the day with my other job, so I do that like in between what I'm doing at work, and then the videos I try to jump on when I can. But yeah, so I'm glad you found it helpful, and let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, I'll answer them on the next live I do.